Welcome back to the Bethany Sports Beat. Don Westphal, Director of Athletics here at Bethany, and we are going to talk tennis at this point, bringing in Coach Krueger, the head men's and women's tennis coach here at Bethany. And Coach, a tremendous men's season for you guys. Obviously, one of the better ones we've seen at Bethany. It's certainly the best one at the four-year level. We'd have to go back to some of the junior college days to look at this. But you guys, both the men's and women's teams making the conference tournament. And again, we'll start things off here with the men. But a second place conference regular season finish gets you into the conference semifinals, where there you get knocked out by Northwestern. But that's quickly be turned into a nice little rivalry here for you. And again, congratulations and the men, especially for such a young team to have the success. Was it a little bit of a surprise for you, or did you feel pretty confident coming out of the fall about the chances that you guys had?
Well, we felt pretty confident. I mean, we brought a number of key players back from the year before and brought in some good freshmen as well. So we knew we definitely would, at least exceed what we did the year before. I didn't know exactly how far, but Northwestern was what we call a circle match. It's one that you probably could go either way. And with tennis, you can look at your schedule and see, probably almost predict scores ahead of time. And that was one that we knew would be, pretty much up in the air. And so we won the first one, and then we ended up losing the second one very close. And in the conference tournament, they played really well. We played okay, but they really came out, and they definitely earned their win against us in that semifinal match.
Obviously, for you, the disappointment of losing the semifinals, but with such a young team, the experience going in, just the preparation, the mental, the physical and stuff, you guys must have gained a lot of valuable experience by playing in a match of that magnitude here in the postseason when it counts.
Oh yeah, it definitely is something that I think will keep them hungry over the summer as they prep and get ready, as will kick things back off with a short fall season. But with the negative of ending, that will be the positive, is I think they won't rest too long, and they'll be back out hitting pretty quickly.
Okay. The depth that you guys had this year on the men's team, how much did that actually play into the fact of the guys' success? The fact that if somebody wasn't playing really well, or if nothing else, just the depth and the competition that you guys had within practice. How key was that to your success?
I think probably the best part was, I guess, two parts. First one would be, again, if we had a player gone, we didn't panic. Last year we had basically 6 guys, and if there's a guy gone, we panicked. This year with that depth, we didn't really get so nervous if we had a player gone here and there, and that was good. And on the other side, a couple of years ago, I had to jump into practice pretty regularly and hit with players, and this year we could focus more on coaching instead of actually jumping in on a court and hitting. So that was definitely very helpful too. They push each other.
All right. If we look at some of the postseason honors, guy Carter Dahl, who actually had a couple of individual honors, I think Player of the Week throughout the season, Andrew Jelkin out of the Laverne area, Jake Kubler in there. Again, guys, freshmen and sophomores, nothing. I guess now the thing maybe to adjust to is the fact that the expectations are going to be there, where in the past they might not have been, but these guys are going to come back next year, and they're not going to sneak up on anybody anymore.
No, we'll return everybody but our number 5, Troy Hoyard, who was all conference actually last year, 2014 spring season. He's our only one that's departing from our top 6, so we'll bring in a few new faces too. So we're anticipating a similar or better season next year.
Kind of an interesting challenge for you in that regard as well, that now it's just that we have such a strong foundation there, and now we're just looking to build upon that with a couple of maybe new players coming in to even try to a little more depth and competition?
Yeah, I think so. It definitely will be, we really hopefully will shore up our doubles, in those key matches. We kind of struggled in the doubles. We played really well in the singles, but struggled in the doubles. So I think some of the new faces will definitely key those up. One is a player that's made the state tournament in doubles a couple times already, so we're excited. That should help shore up some of our doubles concerns there.
And on the women's side, again, another team that qualified for the conference season this year, and a lot of growth potential there. Some of the players coming in, and as far as just what they were able to learn in the first year, you have a very unique blend of some experienced players, some with not maybe as much as experience. But this year, and certainly in talking to some of the players after the season, they had a great year, felt that they certainly learned a lot about the game. And one of those players, Rachel Rosemore, actually getting some postseason honors for you. But again, so much potential within the team as far as growth and where they're headed for the future.
Sure. Yeah, they changed the format for the conference tournament a number of years ago, so that it used to be an individually flighted tournament. Now it's team-based. So this was our first year having both teams present at it. So that was cool to bring them both up, and only I think only Scholastica and Northwestern were the other two schools to do that. So that was very nice to see that we got both programs there. Rachel getting all conference as a freshman was very nice. We had a lot of success individually, some obvious in the records, others just evaluating the players from where they were to where they ended. Tremendous growth by all the players, and it was great to see. And we'll look forward to keep building them as they go better. And it's definitely been a fun year watching their effort. I've coached some teams that were pretty good and weren't a lot of fun to coach, but this year's team was a lot of fun to coach. They worked really hard, and that's probably the most important thing about anything you can do as a team is just put in that effort and attitude.
Well, the results weren't there. How fun was that conference tournament? The fact that you, for a small school, single coach, having both teams in the conference tournament, obviously they're there supporting each other in the semifinals. That had to be a pretty fun and rewarding experience for you and the players.
Yeah, it was fun, having them there to watch each other. We hadn't done that before, so that was cool to have both teams there, and then more family members and things there to watch. And obviously the men didn't quite get where we wanted to. With the women's team, obviously Northwestern is now two-time defending conference champion, and when you draw them, it's going to be an uphill battle. And you just look for set goals for each player to try to accomplish that match, and the effort that they were putting in to try to accomplish those was really great. Mm-hmm. And they were really they didn't just quit. They played and fought hard all the way through.
Well, congratulations to you and both teams for making the conference tournament and the way you represent the college this year. Sounds like a fun year and only bigger and better things next year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
We've got a camp coming up here in August for high school players, August 10th week, and there'll be some information going out to local coaches and people that did that last year, and we'll kick off fall season right after Labor Day.
And that information about that camp will be on the Bethany website as well, where you're watching us. And we encourage you to keep coming back throughout not only the summer, but next fall as well, to talk more about tennis with Andy Krueger. Don Westphal, Director of Athletics, thank you for watching us here on the Bethany Sports Beat.